A new history of DC Comics will be told by Mark Waid, kicking off this week with a brand new history of the DC Universe. #1. We've all been looking forward to this. So that's coming. And by the way, two of the best absolute books are also dropping this week. DC jam-packed, Marvel, no slouches as well. This is going to be a huge week. And these books that I'm about to mention are the 5 that we are guaranteed to talk about this week on Pals Polls, Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. We have New History of the DC Universe #1, Absolute Martian Manhunter #4, Absolute Wonder Woman #9, Ultimate Spider-Man #18, and Uncanny X-Men #16. That is a big too heavy docket, but it's a big too heavy week. Which book are you guys choosing as your pick of the week? It's unanimous, is it not?
Manhunter. Martian Manhunter.
Yep.
Right.
It's not for me, actually.
History.
It is New History. Again, I think I've said this on one of Pal's previews before. A new #1 is more likely to be my most exciting because it's an unknown. And I've been craving to see what Mark Waid does and how he does the math here in making everything make sense to the DC Universe. This is not a task I would wish upon my greatest enemy. This is going to be tough. And I'm excited to see what he does here. I mean, but it is also the week that my 2 favorite absolute books are coming out. So it's tempting. I'm most excited for New History. Whether or not it'll be my pick of the week, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Go ahead, Marco.
No, yeah, that makes sense. It's a good sense also of like being brought into the broader universe, especially the current, like this current era and how definitive it can be. So, yeah, that if it weren't for Martian Manhunter, would be the more exciting book.
Hey, Marco Cicchetto's on Ultimate Spider-Man this week.
Holy shit.
Can't wait to not find out what happened.
Fair enough. Those are the 5 that we are guaranteed to talk about, but there is always one more book that makes the docket, and that is the one that is chosen by you guys. So if you go to our YouTube channel under the post tab, 365 of you as of this recording have already cast your vote. That's a great number. I know we can do better, so make sure that you cast your vote. You've got 4 options as always. 2 DCs, 2 indies. Hyde Street #7, Justice League Unlimited #8, Assorted Crisis Events #4, and Superman #27. The crazy thing is that other than Hyde Street, all 3 of those books are within 1% of each other.
Yeah.
The polls
Exciting.
lately have been very close.
Yeah.
Right, man.
And as somebody who has to put that together on Wednesday, stop it. No, no, this is good. This is good. I like a nice even spread. This is the finality to We Are Yesterday, the big DC crossover. So I can see JLU probably squeaking out.
Over Superman, though, I just switched my vote from Hyde Street to Superman because Hyde Street is being left in the dust, unfortunately.
Wow.
And if I had to pick one,
Fair weather fan over here.
if I had to pick one, let's keep the Summer of Superman going.
Well, hey, Assorted Crisis Events, I'm pretty impressed that it's holding its own against 2 major DC comics. That's awesome.
Yeah.
People have been clamoring for that one. I'm definitely going to read it no matter what. But that's cool to see it really up there.
All 4 of these books make my pull list. These are all, they could be on the show any week. It's just such a tight week that we need your help to decide which of these is going to make the show. So make sure you cast your vote. Do that if you can before Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern, because that's when we like to have an idea of what we need to read for the show. So get your voting on. Now, there are a lot of other big books coming out this week and books that we're excited to talk to you about. So we're going to turn things over to leagueofcomicgeeks.com so that we can rattle off the books that we are most excited about this week in comics.
I was going to start with Mr. Terrific Year 1. The panel I don't think was as hot as me on this one, but I'm interested to see what we're able to do here with the character. Al Letson on the words, Valentine Delandro on the art. I was having a good time, and this issue got the Spectre on the cover. Okay, easy way to draw me in.
Where does he factor into Mr. Terrific? That's interesting.
Yeah, so that's a question to be answered. I'm looking forward to that.
Also like Witch Spectre too. Is this who's the Spectre from GCPD?
Crispus
Crispus
Allen.
Allen. Yeah, that's my favorite
Oh.
one.
I'm really looking forward to the return of Undiscovered Country. This is a book that is co-written by Scott Snyder and Charles Soule, Giuseppe Camuncoli on art, one of my faves. And it's long in the tooth. This book has been coming out for what feels like forever, but it is really, really good. I think it's Scott and Charles doing some of the things that they do best, and honestly, I love it. I think it's going to end up getting adapted, so maybe get in on the ground floor of that. But yeah, this is a great, great comic.
I'm so behind on this, but I can co-sign that it's really, really, really fun. It's a great idea of the different aspects of the U.S. and what it means, even like the symbology of it, the idea of the American dream, the culture involved, for better or for worse. It's really, really, really good.
And how the U.S. expansion affects other countries.
Yep.
Too.
Really?
Prescient.
Very much so. I want to call out right next to it. Rockefeller's number 6. I have a lot of fun with Rockefellers. We don't really talk about it on the show. This is Tomasi with Francis Metapole on art. It's just it's a good family book, and typically each issue is kind of a one and done with a little connecting tissue in between. That's been kind of showcasing all the different family members and really building out who these people are. But I find it to be really nice. It's like a little goofy. It's a little heartwarming, but there's got this sinister sci-fi element that's in the background that this cover looks like it might be addressing a little more deeply. I think this is kind of a sleeper hit, and I think one of my favorite Ghost Machine books for sure.
Right next to that is the Seasons number 5, and I've been enjoying this run so far. This is the start of the second arc, and there's a lot of questions still kind of up in the air, and I'm curious to see how Rick Remender here and Paula Asakeda are kind of thinking about solving it. The art's always on point, very Tintin. So I'm in it for the long run. I think this one's been interesting.
Man, you can get me with a Chris Condon book, and we're getting a new one this week. Chris Condon and Jeffrey Allen Love are teaming up for News from the Fallout. It is an Image comic. Hassan Otsman Al-Hal, also a part of the creative team on the letters. And this is the solicit. In 1962 Nevada, a nuclear bomb test goes horribly awry and unleashes a contaminant into the atmosphere that turns people rotten. Otis Fallows, a private in the U.S. Army who is present for the test and is the only known survivor, flees the secret army base in search of a safe haven. But does such a place exist? I need this. I cannot wait.
Sean, have you seen The Eternaut on Netflix at all?
No.
Okay. Similar vibes in terms of like there's seemingly a fallout of something. If you step outside, wear a mask, all that kind of thing. I think you might dig it.
Cool. The Eternaut. All right.
Yeah.
Like that.
I hadn't scrolled far enough down on League yet, but Ultra Mega number 9 comes out this week. And I think this might be this is the end. This is the end of it. I'm not caught up, but I have been collecting the issues. And I'll be getting this in trade. I love this series. It's violent. It's giant aliens fighting in the middle of cities and wiping each other out. It's an homage to Ultraman. Listen, this rules. It's James Herron, Dave Stewart, and Russ Wooten. One of my favorite series.
The James Herron art is insane on that book.
Yeah.
And it's gross too, like in a good way.
Oh, disgusting.
Yeah. To scroll up a little bit, Cale said that Ultra Mega is pretty rad. You know what else is? DC X Sonic the Hedgehog number 4. This is not a book I thought I would keep reading. Just and the base of its existence. but issue 1 sold me. Issue 2 sold me more. Issue 3 even sold me more. The trajectory is only upwards for this book, which is surprising to me. It's a lot of fun. The last issue we had them fighting the Sonic and pals were in the DC universe tackling their villains at one point. I think it's Silver fighting Sinestro.
Sinestro.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And they kind of do a play on that Willem Dafoe meme where like there's like Silver coming down on Sinestro, and it's like a good panel there. It's a really fun book. I love Sonic characters, and it strangely works with DC in a weird way. And this one has Metal Sonic versus Batman on the front. I don't know what that's about, but I want to read it. That sounds cool. I mean, what's the solicit mention here? I think Eggman's in play now again. Yeah, so this should be fun.
Yes. Can Superman lead the victory against the forces of both Dr. Eggman and Darkseid? Hell yeah. Yeah, issue 3 was a lot of fun. So I'm glad you shouted this one out.
Well, speaking of things we didn't know we needed, VR Troopers #1 is out from Boom this week. We Are VR, et cetera, et cetera. Spinning out of Power Rangers Prime. This one will come from Marguerite Scott, Sebastian Perez, and J.P. Jordan, with letters from Taylor Esposito. Look, it's VR Troopers. It's another spinoff from the Power Rangers universe. It's I'm not sure how to feel about them as they sit in Power Rangers Prime at the moment. They seem like super cops.
Yep.
And that feels weird for what I know them to be, but this is also a whole new planet. So I'm pumped for this.
I will definitely be buying this VR Troopers
Yeah.
#1. That's awesome.
Oh, have you seen the cover B?
No, I haven't. Let me check that out right now.
They've got the it's the helmets that they were doing for the original Ranger variants.
That's fire.
I'll be completely honest with you guys. I am not familiar with VR Troopers, but they look cool as shit.
The show sucked butt, so I am not surprised.
And why did we even become fans of it? Because you're right, it wasn't particularly good, but I had every VR Trooper toy, I had the video games. Like, why?
Because it's like that Power Rangers effect.
Yeah, it's literally it's the same reason that Power Rangers worked and Sentai and Kamen Rider work over Japan. It's it's the destruction of cities and flashing lights and cool stuff, lightning all the time for no reason.
Kaiju? You say you don't like kaiju now? You used to like it back then.
Is it the same stick where it's them transforming and fighting big kaiju?
Yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah.
What's the difference?
I think the idea in VR Troopers is that they go into virtual reality. But it's I mean, that's what it is. Is it, Sean, did you get around to Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad?
No.
I can't remember if it's that or this where he's the bad guy in Home Alone 2, the hotel manager.
Tim Curry?
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
Yes,
Yeah.
Tim Curry. Tim Curry
The Tim Curry movie you name is Home Alone 2.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
I know. There's you could say Rocky Horror, but
He's basically virtual reality Shredder in one of these series. I can't remember which one, but it's so good.
It's so weird. I have like a memory in the back of my brain of that. But
It is Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad because it mentions here the voices of Tim Curry.
Okay, yeah. Now that one was my favorite
that's a good voice.
because it was basically Ultraman in the internet, And you want to talk about cool toys. They were like fucking Beast Wars Transformers with those. Like
reboot.
they were great.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, reboot, of course.
What
Come on.
was this early internet too? Like
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
this is like when the Digimon movie's idea of what internet is, Reboot's idea of what the
Before
internet
that. Before that.
is. Okay.
This was still like grids and, black screen with green text.
This is when you were still surfing.
Yeah.
Cyberspace.
Surfing the net,
Yep.
surfing the web.
I got to jack into the grid.
God, I hate that fucking.
I mean, people are still surfing to be jacked as well on the internet, but it's different.
Okay. The book I am most looking forward to by a mile this week is Lazarus Fallen, #1. This is the continuation of the Lazarus series introduced to us by Greg Rucka and Michael Lark at least a decade ago. It tells the story of Forever, who is the weapon of a family in a world where businesses, ultra rich families and the businesses that they own and operate the world. And they each have an avatar that fights for them, essentially. This one wakes up and realizes that her family sucks and the world sucks, and she's out to make it better. So this is the final story in the Lazarus world. This book has had a journey in publication, going from single issues to oversized to hiatus to it's been all over the map. I'm excited for it to get a proper finale. I'm looking forward to this very much.
Yeah, this has been long in the works. And as I was scrolling through this, I was like, oh, look who it is. It's like a cryptid in the comic book world seeing Lazarus pop up.
I feel like the last time it came out was when I lived in New York.
So they've published oversized like one shots and things like that since then. But that when you lived in New York was the last time it was consistently published with a normal schedule, that's for sure. So
I was gonna shout out, it's quite a bit down, but The Sleep
Yeah.
by Xander Cannon. I like the first issue quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this continues. So I'm very excited to take this on. Is he potentially the bad guy? Are the monster at hand? Who knows?
I'm gonna go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna just quickly, Sean. It looks like Mega Man Timelines #1 is coming out this week.
We'll see about that. I'll make the edit if it's not the
Supposedly.
case.
I'm super excited. I hope it actually does come out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it tremendously.
Yes, not a joke. So am I. Like,
Hell yeah. I am also looking forward to Huck, Big Bad World #2. The first issue, to me, was awesome. Mark Miller, Raphael Albuquerque, the original creative team, back to do more Huck stories. And Huck's trusting nature is very likely to get him in trouble. The cover of this issue suggests that very much, and it gives me kind of Punisher vibes. I am looking forward to see how the story develops with Huck. What you think about Mark Miller aside, Huck, arguably one of Mark's greatest creations.
For me, I'm surprised nobody's called this out. Giant Size Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
are you surprised nobody's called this out?
I
Well,
don't think any of
a
us
little
here
more
are Age of Apocalypse fans.
So I've no connection to this, but you know what? I think maybe this is my way in. A totally different story, a totally different narrative. This is what's going to be this is what I'm going to define Age of Apocalypse by, rather than read the whole thing.
You are a horrible comics fan. Then. I mean, Sean, you said the Phoenix one's pretty good though, right?
That's not what Marco's talking about. That was the giant size Miss Marvel thing, going through the
Yeah.
generations. This is the Jeff Loeb return to AOA.
This is not
significantly
part of
less
that?
interesting. No.
Wait,
Because Miss Marvel's on the cover.
yeah, the Giant Size
I'm
Age
sorry,
of Apocalypse.
Am I
Yeah.
crazy? Wait,
This is-
what? Where are you?
Where even is that?
It's
I'm
next
back
to
at the-
Wolverine Kitty Pryde. It's near Ultra Mega.
Yeah, all the way back up top.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my fault completely. I was confusing it with the
Oh.
other Jeff Loeb the Jeff Loeb thing that's happening. This isn't that. This is the continuation of the yeah.
No, well, apparently there's a Jeff Loeb, Simon DeMeo backup, seemingly.
Yeah. So that's probably gonna intro,
Right.
because I think these have had backups in them as well.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I am interested in this.
Don't worry, I'm still not.
Sean, it's got Blink on the cover.
I like that a lot. Blink
Yeah.
is way underutilized.
Get that variant cover.
Is there a Blink variant? Oh, there is. Oh, that is a good variant. Hold
Yeah,
on.
There's an art germ one too.
Yeah, the art germ is Rachel Gray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, who did this Blink one? That's Yvonne
Yvonne.
Calavera. I'm unfamiliar with that name. That's a cool ass cover though.
Oh, man.
Blink is like the least X-Men looking X-Men. Because her costume is never
Nuh-uh.
X. Well, like she's never in X costume, you know? She has her own costume.
Fucking Marvel Girls costume.
Oh,
True.
okay, you got me there.
Sick. I gotta get this. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about this, Marco.
I like
Well,
seeing
the-
variants that are clearly going to be Marvel Snap cards at one point.
Hell yeah.
Sure. The reason, Marco, why I wouldn't have called that out is because I made my goal this week to call out no Marvel or DC comics. And so I am ending my shout outs with one of my favorite books on the stands from any publisher. That's Out of Alcatraz. Number 4 is dropping this week. It's Christopher Cantwell and Tyler Crook. Apparently, I love people named Chris because Condon and Cantwell are killing me with tremendous comics. This one based around a couple of jailbirds who escaped from Alcatraz, that's the name, and what they have to do to survive on the outside. And maybe the outside is just as much of a prison as the inside was. Tremendous comic, easily going to be in the conversation for me, at least the best of the year. Don't sleep on it.
Cantwell and Condon are killing me. Sounds like a Cantwell and Condon book.
I'll give up the name.
I was going to say it sounds like a Rosenberg book, but yeah.
You're right on the money with that.
My last shout out is the Pale Knight number 2. I haven't. I'm gonna have to go back and find it, but the number 1. But this is a Peter Milligan book. I'm a huge Peter Milligan fan. I will follow any kind of work that he does, and this is with Val Rodriguez, a Mad Cave story, seemingly. I'm here to check it out. I also sent a pretty a nice Lost Fantasy reprint or second printing with this PlayStation cover. Looks like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that for the first wave. My copy is like that. And I think it says great. This one says greatest hits on it, right?
Yeah.
Which is a play on how they used to do things, where the first release would be the release, and then the next one would be the same cover with the greatest hits on it at a reduced price. Is the price of this reduced? Probably
Hell
the
no.
fuck not. Marco, what have you read by Peter Milligan that you like him so much?
I've read this one-off Vertigo story he did that I'm forgetting the name of. I've read
Did he do Shade?
he did some Shade, which I've actually never read.
Yeah.
I haven't read his stuff there.
Ecstatics as well.
That's with the Allred, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
my favorite.
Is that Fables?
No.
Fables?
I don't know if he
No.
did Fables, no.
I'm thinking of Buckingham. That's all.
Yeah. The he did some Aquaman stuff.
Okay.
He's also done. Oh my god, it was an image book. It was like Leonardo Fernandez art too on it. I'm blanking on that name, but there's just been stuff here. And
Oh,
there
that was the sex book.
that was the sex book. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I know
like
it.
Sex and Demons.
Yeah, that was graphic too. It was like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's full on
yeah.
penetration in my comics.
Full penetration. Guys, we're gonna show full penetration, and we're gonna show a lot of it.
It was a little wild. He does weird shit, so I'll pick him up.
So basically, you like him because he did Aquaman and porn.
There's more to it. He has things to say.
Not porn. It's art.
He's
It's
a
art.
Vertigo name for sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
Whether or
porn
not
is art.
if Marco's read it is irrelevant.
And it was like one scene in that book. It had a point. It had a point. Sex and demons, devilry, seduction, that kind of stuff.
Marco, it always has a point.
Hey
It
yo.
always has a point.
Hey yo.
Any other shout outs? You guys good?
No, actually, most of my books were reading this week for the show. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We were able to get in a lot of the big books this week onto the show proper. A lot of indie stuff that couldn't make the cut, which is a big reason why I wanted to shout all those books out this week. But what that also tells me is that there's probably a lot of books we didn't talk about that you guys are excited for. So please make sure to leave in the comments the books that we missed, what you're looking forward to, what we should be checking out, and tune in this Thursday to hear our thoughts about the books that we told you we'll be talking about at 6 p.m. Eastern on Pals Pools. We will be live with you. Hopefully, you'll be live with us. Until then, take care, guys.
See you next week.